All right. Hey, there we are. That's much better. All right. Nice and centered there. What's going on, everybody? Bam. Look at that. Now we've got visuals. All right. How's everyone doing today? Look at this market, guys. Look at your zone scanner right now. Pull up that TrendCloud scanning system. Look at what's going on here. Right off the bat, you can see market sentiment is to the downside here. And if you just scroll through some of these contracts, here we're on the micro S&P right now, and you can see, right, you can see the story here. I mean, as soon as I pulled the chart up, this is the 5-minute candle here. Go out to the 15. We just had this huge this huge candle form. So what does that mean? I mean, look at it on the hourly. I hate it when this happens, right? Look, this is your range, right? This is a candle that just went and formed this crazy range here. So you just got a whole bunch of mixed signals. We got this, again, pseudo uptrend, right? On the 4-hour chart, we've got green candles, but we have, the 50 simple is red. We're pointing down. Middle chart, right, is an uptrend, but momentum is down. So you've got, again, these two opposing forces, and that's what is so powerful with TrendCloud. It's going to tell you, hey, you've got an upward trend, but you have downward momentum, right? So the trend is up, the momentum is coming down, and you're crashing into each other. And what happens? This happens. Sideways movements happen. It's kind of like two forces coming together and just kind of collapsing and crushing into each other. So crushing into each other, is that accurate statement? And then you form this like accordion type of pattern, and it just looks real ugly, right? Now, if you're looking at this, right? If you're looking at this in the past, right? We used to look at stuff like this in the past when you didn't have TrendCloud, right? Or you weren't following a system of some kind. You would just say, oh, okay, well, I kind of like the fact that this is going up on the 1-hour chart, so I'm going to go long, and that's your thought process. Sometimes when you first start trading, what happens is you just make a whole bunch of observations, and making observations is fine. But making observations and trading real money on those observations is not fine. Making an observation is not a trade plan, right? Making a simple observation about a pattern is not a trade plan, and it's definitely not a back-tested system. It is the beginning stages of what you want to do. It is the beginning stages of a trade plan, right? And not making an observation. And when you make this observation, like with the CCI indicator, I said, okay, I'm only going to, if I'm in an uptrend, okay, and we're just looking at one time frame here, all right? But I'm going to say to myself, okay, if I'm in an uptrend, I'm only going to take demand zones, all right? I'm only going to take demand zones if the CCI remains above positive 100, right? So, for instance, right here, this is a very strong move to the upside, okay? And on the corrective fit in during the corrective phase on the correction back into the trend cloud. What happened here, right? We have this impulse up, and if you're looking for a some kind of a demand zone inside of this area here, we don't see any on this chart, do we? We don't see any demand zone until we get down here, right? Let me turn this off. See, it's only down here. There's your demand zone on this time frame, right? So, I mean, you could just be waiting for this and it never showed up, right? The pullback did come into the trend cloud, pulled right into the trend cloud, formed a signal. And then what happened? You get this impulse candle, right? That's your momentum candle, and a signal was triggered on this 1 hour time frame. Okay, but it didn't do anything. It didn't break any structure. It just kind of retested and then pulled back, went sideways, and finally we get the breakout. But in this moment in time, on this pullback here, look what happened. We went below negative 100, right? So on the lower time frames, if there is some kind of demand zone here, we would not be allowed to take it. Let's take a look. Okay, here's that 1 hour demand zone right here. But right here, right inside here, okay, on that 1 hour chart, we're looking at this right here. Let me pull this up. Let's put a vertical line right there. And now let's take a look at this on the 15-minute chart. Let's go back. So on the 15-minute chart, that pullback, okay, that pullback took place right in here, okay? Now, pulls back in here, doesn't really do very much, right? And we're in a downtrend, and we're extended. Now, the only giveaway here is that you've got an extended trend, which means trend reversal, right? But on the higher time frame, during this pullback, remember we're trying to go long here. We pull back, and we see that the trend is below negative 100. That would negate this, okay? That would negate this zone, because our rules say we cannot take a demand zone. We cannot take a demand zone unless the CCI is above positive 100. Here it's below it, right? When does it go above? It takes us through all of this right here at this point in time. Look where CCI is. It breaks above positive 100. Now we can start taking, right? Now we can start taking our demand zones right at this point. And you know, all of this in here, look at this. It's just all chop. It's just all chop. So it keeps us out. It keeps us out of the trade. Keeps us out of the trade. And why would you want to be in anything that's just going to go sideways, right? Remember, we're doing this for short-term rapid growth. Short-term rapid growth. Nothing to do with, it's got nothing to do with a sideways movement, right? So we can't enter this trade until we get above positive 100. Move forward. Look how we pull back right to that zero line, make another move up. So all of this is fair game. All of this is fair game to take demand zones. And then today we break below negative 100 again. So this negates our demand zones. All right. We've got a very strong momentum to the downside here as of right now. And so we're looking at this and we're saying, okay, mixed signals. Very simple to walk away. All right. Now, going back to our example here, look at what we get. Signal, TrendCloud signal, TrendCloud signal, TrendCloud signal. This is all on the 15-minute chart. And look, they all worked. This one worked. This one worked. This one worked. This worked. Why did these signals work? Uptrend, higher time frame, and we are above positive 100. Great. Take those TrendCloud signals. Take those TrendCloud signals. That is how you win. Morning, Kazi. Good to see you. That is how you take those TrendCloud signals, and that is how you pass a prop trading firm challenge. So let's just take a look. Let's just go through our process, see if there are any trades available to us. We know right now we've got short term anyway. Okay, we've got a signal here, but look at this look at this candle. Look at this candle. So we've got a TrendCloud signal on a 15-minute chart. That is, we're in a downtrend on the 15-minute. We've got momentum on the 1 hour to the downside. However, we're in an uptrend still on that 1 hour chart. Not the perfect storm, right? Not what we look for. Not what we look for. And right here, we're in the sort of this pseudo uptrend, right? This right here is a rubber band pattern, right? This is what we call a rubber band pattern. Hey, Javier, how's it going? News on the candles? News candle. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Indecision, right? And again, I mean, now there's your range right there. So we'll have to wait and see. Let's try to find some good stuff here. Yeah, let's go over to our 5-minute chart. These are S&P, the Dow. No signals on the 5-minute chart forming. Only signal that I see right now is on wheat. Copper pulling back. Copper's pulling back, could form a signal. Micro crude is up. Micro crude. Okay, we're slamming. Look at how we're transitioning to the upside on that 4-hour chart. We like that. Cycling up. Momentum is up. Looking good. We are hitting the 100 and 200 simple. So we're hitting a ceiling here. Very strong uptrend. Let's look at that 1 hour chart here. 1 hour chart. Look at that. I mean, just look how crude oil has been moving. All the way down, all the way back up, retest, right? We get very long corrective moves and then equally long impulse moves, right? Very, very strange. So it's like when you finally get all the signals and lined up to go long, it snaps back to these very deep, uh, to these deep demand zones here. Okay. So in this area here, we've got a lot of movement. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's sort of sideways, right? Very long, uh, moves up, right? Moves all the way up, pulls back down. This seems to be some common ground here on that 1 hour chart. So this is kind of, you know, this is going to negate our trend cloud signal. So we have to be careful. This might be more of a play where we look for extreme levels, like you know, like we're running into right now. Let's just say like that, right? There's your market edge, rally-based drop into a drop-based drop. And this broke structure to the downside, right? But now we're moving back up. We just hit this area. I mean, if you took the whole candle, it's kind of like that. Let's move this up to the body of that first candle there. See what I did there? Let's just put this, and we'll draw it like that, okay? Right at the bottom of that candle there. Now let's drop down. Okay, CCI is above, so we definitely have a strong upward move, but we're hitting that extreme level. And crude oil right now is liking the extreme levels, you know, to make a move only at these extreme levels. And again, what are we running into? We're running into that 200 right there. There's the 200 simple moving average on the high time frame. Very powerful. Let's take a look at, let's take a look at that lower time frame. $15-minute chart early in the uptrend. Sorry, guys, I had to take a bite of chicken there. So we're early in this uptrend, right? You know, if we go long here, we're slamming into that high time frame 200, right? There's no asymmetrical leverage. Remember what asymmetrical leverage is? When you have an entry, right? Let's say we're looking at this entry candle right here, which is working right now. There's your entry. There's your stop loss. Where's your target? Well, your target's 2 to 1, which is up here. And this is in our way. Crude oil price gains tempered by demand concerns. Not sure what that means, but we kind of knew before the news. I love when we start talking about something we see and then the news comes out, right? The fundamentals of futures contracts, the fundamentals are bundled into the technical analysis. We see that. We've been seeing that almost every day now. We've been seeing that almost every day now. We'll be talking about something that's taking place, and then we'll get the news pop up. I'm not watching the news. I'm watching the candles here. So Javier, yeah, you're right. It's like, hey, there's some news candles, you know, news going on. And then we start discussing it, and it's like, oh, yeah, there you go. There it is. All right, so that's what's going on. So we're this would be real nice. Let's drop down to the 5. Okay, again, here's another 5-minute candle right here. Okay, that's legit to take, but bam, your target's only from here to here, right? Can you take it? Yeah, you can take it and hope that it goes through here, but you know, we might as well look for something better, right? Let's look for something that's got a target that's further out, something that we have asymmetrical leverage, because we're going to want, right? We're going to want at least a 1.5 or something out of this, right? But we're entering this trade and running right into a supply zone on the high time frame. We're running right into the high time frame 200 simple moving average, which is this purple line right here, right? Might not want to go for that. Don't let your brain trick you. Don't let your brain, trick you into taking something that's really not there. I think that's one of the biggest problems that I had at first was I would convince myself, oh, well, this could happen, so let me take it. Are you that desperate to lose your money? So I had to tell myself, like, hey, calm down. Let's look for the perfect storm. And continuing to look for the perfect storm every day. It's got to be perfect. It's got to be perfect. Those are the trades you want to take. That's where TrendCloud developed. All right, well, how do I find the perfect storm? Well, why don't we make sure all the different time frames are going in the same direction with trend? Okay, how do we do that? Well, let's make all of them the same color, right? Green candles, green candles. And more importantly, let's back test some moving averages and make them the same color as well. This way we have a trend that we can see on each time frame. Okay, great. Now let's add momentum. Okay, let's add momentum there. Middle time frame and high time frame. Make sure that's with the trend going in the same direction. Okay, check that box. Let's make sure on the high time frame that we're in an impulse phase with multiple time frames of momentum and trend on our side. All right, let's add a cycle indicator then, right? Impulsing up, right? Cycle indicator is green, momentum is green, momentum is up, candles are up, candles are up. Okay, all right, let's take the trade. Here's your better move right here. 6:15 in the morning, 6:20 in the morning. These earlier candles, right? If we're looking at this being the, if we're looking at this being the supply zone, okay, and look where we're heading. We're almost at 100% of our average daily range, right? Don't forget about your average daily range tool. Very important to watch. Very important to watch the average daily range. I remember last week we kind of got we kind of got cut down on gold. We had a really nice setup on gold last week, and it had already hit its daily ATR by 125%. And then we started getting signals to go, I believe it was short. We were trying to do a short on gold. But early in the morning, if you jump onto the charts and you see that the first two average daily ranges have been hit, well, then, you know, you know, you might want to go look for something else. If the average daily range has already been hit and you're not in the trade yet, it's already traveled its average daily range times 2, right? That's 125%. So we're almost there. We're almost at the average daily range. I really like using the average daily range a lot. Globex is the same thing, right? We use Globex on the indexes and the metals market, right? And we're almost there. You can see right here. And let's put our checkpoints on there. We are above 75% of the average of the ATR, average true range. Frank Savino in the house. Good morning, Frank. So again, we're almost there as well, right? So if we and I know Krishnan is developing a trade plan right now. He really likes using the average daily range here. I would definitely say this is some kind of mixed signal. It did pull up into here. I wonder if Krishnan is here right now, because what he's doing is he's experimenting with using the pivot candles here. This is one big. I mean, this is nothing, right? It's just one big pivot candle. But what he's doing is he's looking at stuff like this. Okay, here's the pivot candle here. I'm wondering if he's in this and he took this wild ride here. That was around 8:30. So he's using the pivot candles on the Globex as supply and demand zones. All right. So that's what's going on. All right, let's jump. Let's see. NASDAQ, I think we're going to be seeing the same thing, right? Pretty much the same thing on all the indexes. NASDAQ, way extended, right? Now look at this. We're in a full uptrend on the NASDAQ, right? We have broken through the 100 simple, right? And we're coming back down. So we're in a corrective phase, but look at what we've got here. Look at what's setting up on our TrendCloud here on the 4-hour chart. We're pulling back, but this is not a full uptrend. This is like a pseudo uptrend, right? Here we're pulling back. Look where we're pulling back to. Could pull back right to here. We've got the 100 simple. We've got the TrendCloud. Could do this, right? Very possible. That's still very possible. But with cases like with these pseudo uptrends, we tend to see stuff like this, right? The 50 simple moving average is still down, but the candles are above it. That that is a setup called a rubber band trade or a rubber band pattern. And what we do is we look for the retest. Okay, you can do it a couple of ways. You can short this up here to the 50 simple, which I don't like that because we've got momentum and everything to the upside here, right? We do have momentum to the upside. But you can, what I'm seeing is looking at this, making a deeper pullback, okay, back into this extreme low here. That's what I'm looking at. It could hit here and take off, but this is telling me that we're in a pseudo uptrend. We're not really in a full uptrend. Therefore, it's not the perfect trade. I'm going to start looking for entries down here as long as we stick with momentum, right? As long as momentum stays to the upside. On those lower time frames. Now, we are extended, right? If we get a move up into these ADR levels, what is up here? Let's look left. Go out to the 4-hour. What is there? Okay, here's the ADR levels, and look where we're at. Look at how these ADR levels are lining up. Okay, look at how this is lining up with this structure. If you didn't have that on your chart, you would just be looking at, a market edge here. I love knowing what the average daily range is. Gary, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. We've got the NASDAQ up here, Gary, and we're looking at these ADR levels, these average daily range levels, running right through that 4-hour market edge, right? Hey, that's pretty powerful. If this happens today, because remember, this is a daily range. This is a daily range. It recalculates at the end of the day, right? So it's not going to be there tomorrow. Tomorrow, this might be up here, right? We don't know. But right now, if the NASDAQ reaches this, we might have a nice counter trend movement here. But it would have to reach this up here. So remember, this is on the 4-hour chart here. So how can we handle this? What we can do, is start looking for, right? We're almost there on that. Man, we're almost there. So we have an extended trend that's almost at a 4-hour market edge, right? We're high on the curve. The 1-hour chart is extended. That means either deep pullback or trend reversal. So high time frame, pseudo uptrend, heading towards the average daily range right here. Heading towards that average daily range right here. In an extended trend, right? So, how do you, there's no way to get a momentum reading on that. What would it cost us to take a small chance? Oh, we're on the full contract. Sorry, we're on the full well, to take a small chance, it'd be $1,200 to take a small chance on that, right? That's not what we do. Let me go over to the micro NASDAQ there. And it looks like we're starting to make a move. My goodness. Look at this rejection candle here. Holy schmoly. Holy schmoly. And we do have the Russell and the Dow, right? Russell and the Dow. So what would this cost us here? To take a small chance. One contract. That's pretty wide, right? Pretty wide. Extended trend. reaches up here, it could rip through all of this, right? It could rip through all of this. So this would be a counter trend move because we are super extended here. We are super extended here. $124 risk. Market edge, right? Pseudo uptrend. We know this thing might want to pull back to, might want to pull back to the trend cloud, even the 50, and we're extended and we're heading towards the curve, right? This is a counter trend move. And the only time we take a counter trend move is when we have an extended trend, right? Cycling down, momentum is down, high time frame. 50 simple is down, extended trend. The Dow and the Russell, right? Dow and the Russell are in a downward move. NASDAQ extended, counter trend move, $124. I think it's worth it because where's the asymmetrical leverage here? So we just put together. We'll see you tomorrow, Kazi. Take care, buddy. We're looking at an extended trend on that 1 hour chart, right? Well, that's evidence, right? We've got evidence to take this short. High time frame market edge, extended trend, momentum is down, cycling down. There's your chance that you're going to take. You got to try and take that chance. We're trading what we see, right? We're putting evidence together to take this trade. All right. So there you go. Let's see what else we can do with this. Now, if we do break above this, right? Because we're in a range here now. Here and here. So we are in a range. If we do break above this, it might give it a nice little pop. Okay. If we break a little bit above, it might make a nice little pop to here. Let me show you Fibonacci extension tool right here. Fibonacci extension. Swing low to swing high of this candle that's still forming and back down. Okay. My goodness. Look at that. 1.272. 1.272 Fibonacci extension, and look where our ADR is lining up with that next extension level, that 1.414. Okay, so we've got and then our stop loss, right? 786, 886, right here. So it would have to rip through all of this, right? We're under $200. It would have to rip through all of this. Okay, there's a lot of resistance up here. One contract, it's worth it. It's worth the risk for one micro contract, right? Providing it happens today. This might go right to here. We're looking for extreme levels. We're looking for extreme levels with the evidence to back it up. And that's what we've got right here. Extended trend, downward momentum. Hey, let's take a chance. Let's take a look at, let's go over to copper. let's look at gold first here. Let's look at, oh my goodness, look at this. So again, look at how gold is not even on here, right? Gold, look at this. Gold came down, it popped up, hit the ADR level, right? Hit that first ADR level, bounced right off of it, right? It also slammed into the 100 simple moving average right here. Popped up, ADR level, 100 simple. Sellers came in, knocked it down, right? Knocked it down so hard that it reversed. TrendCloud reversal. Okay. I mean, look at that. That happened 8:30 right at the open. A lot of indecision in the market. Everything's heading down now. Do we have any signals? Are we seeing any signals to the downside? We're just starting to see it on gold. Gold and wheat looks like. Gold and wheat. 5 minute on gold, we're just starting to form, right? Now, this is a very risky signal to take, right? Very risky signal to take because we've already hit the ADR levels, right? We've ran the gamut. We're out of gas, right? We've got lots of fuel in the tank at the beginning of the open, and then we just sprinted to the finish line, which is the average daily range. We sprinted to there. We're done, right? Wheat, let's go over to wheat. Wheat is forming a signal on the 5 minute. Come on, wheat. Okay. All right. Well, again, downtrend, cycling down, momentum down, high time frame. We love that. That's good. Middle time frame, upward trend. All right. That's a mixed signal. But we're starting to go below the 50 and momentum is down. So momentum is strong on, to the downside. 5 minute signals, however, are extended, right? And look what's happening. This signal here formed and we're making a deep pullback. So let's jump over to the 15 minute and start looking on the 15 minute for some kind of demand zone structure. So the 15 minute might want to pull back into this area here, right? Drop, drop, base, drop right in here. Let's just mark this. Do like that. Okay, let's see. What do we have on the 5 minute chart here that's inside of that? Oops. A whole bunch of nothing really, right? This, we're going to have to wait for this 5 minute chart to pull back, recalculate, okay? And that's good. This might pull back, recalculate, then we can start looking for those downward signals because we'll have momentum on our side. We definitely have momentum on our side for a supply zone, right? If we start looking for supply zones, wow, there's a lot of lag. If we start looking for supply zones in this environment, we have a better chance of making a move on wheat. 15-minute zone somewhere in here, right? We don't really see anything too spectacular, but look how far we have to go, right? There's a lot of asymmetrical leverage here. ADR level is all the way down here, right? We've got plenty of room to go for the rest of the day. Let's recalculate the chart, open it up. What do we see here? I really don't see anything. This is a real strong move to the downside. We broke through some structure, which is good, right? We broke through some structure. I don't see any really solid. Let's go to the 30. Let's go out to, oh, let's see, we got the 45 here. Yeah, I don't see any really solid supply zones. 30-minute? Not really, right, guys? Nothing spectacular. Maybe right here. Drop, base, drop. Put that TrendCloud back on. Okay. All right. That there. So you've got some structure here, right? Let's take Fibonacci. Let's take our Fibonacci swing high, right? Right from here. Swing high to swing low. Where's that retracement? That's a 50% retracement level. See how that 50% retracement level pulls back right to that 50 simple on the 30-minute chart. Okay, how much are we talking here? Okay, we can at least have a couple of contracts on there. Three contracts on that wheat. Pulls back, hits that zone. Right? Momentum's on our side. Momentum's on our side. We can keep that setup there. That's the setup we can keep on there. So we've got a couple of trades set. Micro NASDAQ. And it doesn't look at that. Okay, here's our little setup here on that micro NASDAQ, right? And it's it's in that range bound, right? It's just gonna bounce back and forth in between this range today, it looks like. A whole lot of nothing. We got plenty of contracts. I mean, but nothing is really setting up. This really is some kind of crazy news that's taking place. Copper. Let's take a look. Just a whole lot of nothing. Copper can still run the gamut, but a lot of mix. All of this is ending up being mixed signals, isn't it, guys? And these are the days that you say to yourself, well, maybe today is just a day to stay out. Maybe this is just a day to stay out. We've got, look at this. I mean, look at all the stuff we have to work with here. Silver. What is with the lag today, man? Holy cow. There is a lot of lag on TradingView. Look at that. Look at this. Wow. I mean, it's just, everything looks real ugly, doesn't it? Everything looks real ugly. 4-hour chart is down. We're cycling down. Momentum is down. That's good. We like that. Look at the lower time frames just start to get real wild, right? They just start to get really wild. Okay, obviously that is not a signal. Get over to the 15-minute chart here. Come on, TrendCloud. Yeah, see, When you see those plus signs on your trend cloud just lined up like that in a straight line, recalculate your chart. When you see it lined up like that, that is pure indecision right there. Stay away. Maybe we'll have better luck in the currencies today. The Swiss. Okay. Looks like we finally broke to the downside here. Downtrend, downtrend. Okay. Look at that. Every single chart today did some kind of a wonky move, didn't it? But at least on the Swiss here, we've got, we might be getting some TrendCloud signals that we can work with. But just look at that range, man. We are getting signals here. Okay, we just got a signal right here on this. And we did break through. We did break through structure. That looks good. Okay, that actually looks good. We got another signal here. Can we get the pullback right here? Whoa, that is way too expensive. Yeah, that's super expensive stuff. That's really expensive there. Okay, so there's structure. Wow, on the 5-minute chart there, that is really pricey. We can set that up if it does pull back. But my goodness. What else we got here? The euro. Again, another trade on the euro. Don't like that. I don't like that we are in this mixed, right? We're in an uptrend. We want to see downtrend on all 3 time frames. Japanese yen. And there seems to be a lot of lag here. There we go. Japanese trend, all 3 time frames. Here we go, getting a signal right here on the 5-minute chart. Down, down, down. Too expensive. Much too expensive. Can't do it. That is too pricey. Got to walk away. If it's too expensive, you got to wait for a better, you've got to wait for a better move. And maybe the 15-minute chart, maybe there is a, not really, right? It's pulling back into that trend cloud. There's that crazy spike move. I would love to get in on this because when the Japanese yen makes a crazy move like that, it usually ends up going down. We could wait for our cycle indicator to start turning over, and then we would be in alignment with everything, right? But we would need to at least have some kind of retest. Let's grab our risk manager tool. Go to that risk manager, and let's start measuring here. All right. Very expensive stuff. See that? Can't afford any of that. Right there we can afford. So it's basically telling us you can only afford one contract up in here, right? And we always want to use structure for our stop losses. A lot of some other systems, especially these automated systems, these like trading bots, a trading bot will use something like 2 times the ATR, average true range, or a hard stop of 1% or 2% of your of the account size. But see, that can be programmed. You can program a bot to do that, but you cannot program a bot to do something like this, right? You can't program a bot to put the stop loss above this structure here. I'm sure we'll get there at some point, but right now we just cannot. So there's just a lot of stuff that's too expensive to buy for us today or to sell. And it is what it is, right? Don't take a risk on something that's too expensive. That's, if you want to pass these prop trading firm challenges, you you have to you have to think that way. You cannot take a trade during a prop trading firm challenge um, if it's too expensive, right? We want to get funded $100,000, $500,000, $1 million. We want to trade those large accounts so that the profit that we take when we get paid out by the firm is going to be substantial. And you won't get there if you're taking every trade willy-nilly style. You just won't get there. If you want to get funded $1 million and then take the profits from that $1 million, whatever they're going to give you, it's different. I know FTMO will pay you out. It's an 80-20 split where you get 80% of the profit. So, maybe if you make 8% on your account and they're going to give you 80% of that, 8%, then you want to be trading these large accounts, right? $500,000, $1 million. So to get there to that point, your risk management has to be tight. Oh, here we go. What did wheat? Where is wheat? Okay, so pulling back into wheat pretty aggressively here. Pulling back into wheat aggressively. And that was this little zone that we saw here. And again, we've got this uptrend here. That's the only thing that's really bothering us, right? So we're taking this 50% retracement level on all of this downward movement here. And that was the evidence that we put together, right? Momentum is down and downtrend. The only thing, we're in this uptrend here. So is there enough? Is there enough for this to make a move? There sure is, right? There sure is. 50% retracement level. Here's the 618. Hopefully it doesn't want the 618 retracement, right? Can we afford to put our stop loss just above that 618 level? Yeah. So now we can say, all right, well, at least we're protected by that 618 retracement level. And what we want to do is definitely take off at least, why don't we take off 2 contracts? Whoops, right there. See how I put my 2 contract target right at the bottom of that candle on the 15-minute chart there? And we'll let the last candle run. Okay, so when we get to this, when we get to this area here, we can get risk-free, okay, and scale out of the position. All right, so we're going off of high time frame trend, cycling down, and momentum. That's all to the downside. Middle time frame, momentum's to the downside, but we are in an uptrend, right? Which that's the only piece of the puzzle we don't have. And we've pulled back into the 15-minute trend cloud, which is a resistance area. We've got this, this drop, base drop here. Okay. We don't know which zone it's going to choose, but this is the first one. And we've got momentum on our side. So right there, that's the risk we can take. That's the risk we can take. All right. Little after 10 o'clock here. I'll hang out a little bit longer, and then I'm going to edit some videos. I posted in the private chat room, guys. I posted in our private Facebook group the rules for the trading firm challenge. And very interesting stuff, okay? I'm making a couple of more videos. I made a video on how to use, I just made like an instructional video. It's about 15 minutes long on how to use the actual TrendCloud system, okay? So that you can take these TrendCloud trading signals, and that is posted as well, okay? And everybody that is a member, we're going to start sending out the weekly newsletter, okay? So we'll have updates. And I believe on Monday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to live stream for everybody on Monday inside of the private Facebook group, so just for the TrendCloud members. And what we're going to do is we will start our practice prop trading firm challenge, okay? So we're going to go into our paper trading account here. We're going to set everything up. We're going to follow rules just like we're doing every day in the live room, but we're going to make it, specifically, we're going to look at those FTMO rules, and we're going to follow them. And basically what all of these prop trading firms are looking for is they're looking for you to be consistent with your risk management, and your the private chat is under which face? Oh, that's the TrendCloud trading. Yeah, it says TrendCloud trading system on there. I think you're in there, Gary. I'll check to see if you're in there. Let me go right now. Get over to beautiful trade on wheat, right? Yeah, TrendCloud day trading system. I don't know. Good, Chris. That's what you should see. Are you in there? Let me post a link here, guys. There you go. That is it right there. Okay, so we're almost at our target here on wheat. Short-term rapid growth, right, guys? Short-term rapid growth. At this point, I definitely want to be risk-free, right? At this point, I definitely want to be risk-free. That's part of the aggressive trading style as well, right? Boom, right there. Beautiful, beautifully done. We've captured that movement. Now we are trailing this as far down as we can go. Okay, we're going to trail this down as far as it's going to go on that 15-minute chart. So now what we can do is, hopefully we get something. We get a run like this, right? Comes up. It did a real wonky move here, took out everybody, and then continued the move up. Hopefully that doesn't happen, right? Hopefully that doesn't happen. But look at how nicely the bottom of those candles on the chart that you're trading, the bottom of those candles work beautifully for first targets. Okay, especially in an environment where you don't have all the pieces of the puzzle, right? Because this right here was making me nervous, right? We really want this to be in an uptrend. So we've got a great chance here now on wheat for getting a full TrendCloud crossover on the 1-hour chart to the downside, okay? And then following this all the way down. We're going to do the same thing when we go after these prop trading firms, right? So we're going to use TrendCloud to go after these prop trading firms. Make sure whatever firm you go after, make sure these guys have a good reputation. I know FTMO has a good reputation. The only thing is FTMO, it's only Forex. Okay, I believe they only trade Forex. It doesn't matter. TrendCloud will work on Forex, futures, stocks. It doesn't matter. The other day, I was watching a clip on. Did everybody see Top Gun Part 2? Maverick. What a great movie. That was so good. And I was watching a clip of Maverick and Rooster are talking to each other in the plane. And they're being chased by these highly advanced new jets, right? And they're in this old plane from like the 90s, from like Top Gun 1, yeah, right, Gary? Yeah, awesome movie, right? And so I'm watching the clip, and I'm watching them, and it's a really cool scene, and they are Maverick says to Rooster, he's like, we're never going to outrun these guys. They're in, the F whatever, this highly advanced plane. And Rooster says back to Maverick, he's like, it doesn't matter about the plane. It matters about the pilot. And it just that just clicked, and naturally they get out of it, right? Because Maverick is a better pilot. So he's in this, even though he's in the older plane, this older model plane, he still outmaneuvers because he's a real fighter pilot. He's just this inherently natural dog fighter, so he's really good at dog fighting. So if you're really good with your risk management and your trading, it doesn't matter what. I love my TrendCloud system. Obviously, I built the thing, right? You will love the system that you build out. You can take TrendCloud to a whole new level by manipulating stuff on your own and back testing it. And that's what it's about, guys. It's about, I would love, like a year from now, somebody comes back and, hey, Chris, look what I did with TrendCloud. Oh, I added this thing and I moved this around, and I want to be amazed, I want to be amazed. And I think you guys are going to do that. And that's what I did, right? That's exactly what I did. Wow, look at this reject. Look at this. This is why we scale out of a position, right? So look at this. We're risk-free. Don't rack your brains, guys. don't rack your brains about, oh, should I take the stop and put it up here? What should I do? Well, what should I put it at right at break even? Like you took some money, right? Here's that target. Here's that structural target. You took it. You're risk free. You don't know how much money you're going to make. That's the thing. You don't know. I don't. You could say, "Oh, I want to make $1,000 a day." You don't know if you're going to make $1,000 a day. Okay. In this particular case, we came down. It hit our target. We scaled out 2 contracts. We're going to let that last one run. Get risk free, and just say it's going to give me whatever it's going to give me. That's how you've got to trade that risk management part of it. It's going to give me whatever it's going to give me, but get risk free, okay? Because you don't know what the market's going to do. I saw Jordan Belford the other day, just totally speaking the truth, for a change, right? And I think if he saw this, he would laugh at that. But he was saying you can't time the market. You don't know what the market is going to do. You can't really time the market. But look, we just made money, right? We just followed our plan and we did it. But you will notice that no matter how good you get, and this is the point that Jordan, I think, was really trying to explain. But remember, he's not a technical analyst, right? He's a stockbroker. He's a salesman, right? He's a sales guy. And so he's very good at pushing a system or an idea into your head, but he's not a technical analyst, right? So from a technical analyst point of view, if you follow a back-tested system like we're doing here, it does work, okay? But you don't know how well it's going to work, right? You don't know how far this is going to go. And I think that's what he was trying to say. You really can't time anything or predict. Nothing is a crystal ball. So what does that tell you? That tells you that you want to take your targets, scale out of the position, and get risk-free as quickly as possible. As soon as you hit a target, right? I don't even know if this was 2 to 1 or 1.5. I don't know. I looked at the candle. I looked at the body of the candle and said, that's the target. Why? Because after 10 years of looking at this stuff, I know. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. Body of the candle, the bottom of the body of the candle, it hits a lot. That's a technical term, right? A lot. Does it work? Yeah. What percentage? A lot. Okay. Like, don't get too dug into the minutia of everything, right? We don't really know. We don't really know. All you can do is follow a system that you've done some work on. And Mark Douglas says it all the time in Trading in the Zone. You don't need 10,000 trades. You need about 20. You need about 20 trades. Here we're getting it now. That's cool. We're getting a TrendCloud signal. We are getting a TrendCloud signal. We're almost pulling back to our little our little stop loss here. We're risk free. We're risk free. We're at like the top part of the candle. Hopefully we make it, right? Let's take as much money off the table as possible. We don't know how far it's going to come back. We really don't. I think I am 1 bar down, right? There's break even, and there's risk free right there. Okay? There's risk free right there. No problem. Let's let it do whatever it's going to do. All right? Any questions, guys? Anybody want me to look at anything specific? I know we're after hours. We are here after hours now. It is 10:16, but we're in this trade and we're having a discussion. Did I finish the Maverick story? Yeah. So the moral of the story is, when I was watching that clip, and he says it's all about the pilot. Don't think about the plane that you're flying. You're a great fighter pilot, right? You specialize in dogfighting. It's about the pilot, not the plane. And he was so right. And so no matter what system you're using, you could use somebody else's system, but if you're terrible at it, if you're not following strict risk management and you're not using it exactly the way it should be used, well, you just you'll probably wipe out a good portion of your profits. But if you're a great trader, right? A great trader will use a system effectively. It's just about using the tool effectively. That is the moral of the story. So this is working out very nicely. This is working out very nicely here. We're making money. We hit our target. So again, why did we take this trade? I'll leave you with that. Let's just go over it real quick. We looked at our zone scanner. Wheat popped up in our zone scanner to the downside. We knew we wanted to be in some kind of a downtrend because look at the zone scanner. TrendCloud is saying, hey, market sentiment is to the downside. So let's start looking for some short moves. Okay. Let's start looking for some short moves here. And when we were looking at the, when we were looking at our 5-minute scanner here, looking for those 5-minute signals, we saw that 5-minute signal popping up here on wheat. We said, hey, let's go check it out. Let's go check out this signal. Does it line up? Oh, look at this. Okay, it's in the scanner. We've got a signal. Momentum is down. We're still in an uptrend here. I don't like that. But high time frame is down, cycling down, momentum is down. That's a lot of downward force. There's just one little piece of the puzzle missing. Hey, one piece missing. Trust your training. Yeah, exactly. That's right, Frank. Trust your training. We say that in martial arts too, right? The way you train for a fight is how you're going to react in real life, So the idea is, and Musashi talks about this in the Book of Five Rings all the time, the only way to learn how to kill a man in battle is to kill a man in battle. I love that term, right? And you got to remember, we're talking about 2,000 years ago in feudal Japan, where duels were very common on the street. And so, this life or death situation, there's no way to really prepare you for that. And there's no way to really prepare you to trade in a live environment, especially if a prop trading firm hands you $1 million. If a prop trading firm said, here you go, here's $1 million to trade with, go for it. Mentally, how are you going to react to that? You're going to be okay. You okay? So that is the reality of it mentally. So the way that you train, in real life, the way that you train in the simulator is the way you're going to trade in the live market. The way you spar, or the way the way you train, in the dojo, okay, is the way you're going to fight on the street. And just to put yourself mentally, if you go to the gun range, or if you like archery or whatever, or any type of hunting skill or combat skill, trading skill, what you want to do is practice in the most realistic environment that you can. So when we're looking for these moves, really nice. Here we go. We're going to hit that again. We're hitting that spot again there. Let's open this up. Okay. But we're going to follow this down now. We scaled out. We're going to follow this down as far as it's going to go. So the way that you practice, that's the way that you're going to react in real life. So when we're doing all of this every day in the live room here, we are preparing ourselves for when the day comes that a prop trading firm comes to us because they see our track record and they say, hey, look, we want you to trade at our firm. Here's $1 million. Okay. Use what you've been doing right along. You've got to be mentally prepared for that. You've got to be mentally prepared for a prop trading firm to come to you and say, here's $1 million. Here's at least, or even here's $25,000. Let's see what you can do with it. And that's usually where it starts, about 25 grand, right? And so you make some money and you pass. Then they say, okay, here's $100,000. And then, Simon, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. So we just have to be mentally prepared for that. Simon, good job. Thanks for posting in the private Facebook group. That's awesome. I love seeing people post charts and stuff in there. It just makes it a lot more interesting environment. And we could all comment on it and practice. And that's what it's all about, guys. This group is for you to practice and get the most out of the training that you can, so that when a firm comes to you, and if you're a beginner, just be patient. Maybe next year, maybe that's one of a next year goal. Everybody who's been trading for a while now, 2024, hey, this could be your year, man. Let's practice. Let's get there together. It's my job to give you the best training that I can give you, put you in a realistic situation, and then turn you loose on these prop trading firms, right? Let's use TrendCloud to get there, and let it be our F-15 from the 90s, right? Doesn't matter. Right. It's all about the pilot, right? It's all about, let's hope so. I am sick of the 9 to 5. Yeah, I know it. Simon's like, I'm sick of the 9 to 5, man. Yes, indeed. Simon, what kind of car is that? What do you got on there? Frank Savino is a big car guy. What kind of car? That looks like is that I can't see with the reflection on there. What kind of car you got on there, or a truck you have on there, Simon? That's pretty cool. That looks like a convertible too. Is that the Bronco? Is that one of those Ford Broncos? Oh, BMW E30 Turbo. Oh, wow. Oh, nice. Beauty. Very cool. All right. Well, look at that, guys. Now we're past that. We're past that point. We really need to break through here. Okay. We've got almost 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left on this candle, and what are we going to do? We can, you can either take half of this candle, it'll pull back or whatever, and you're out for the day, or, just keep it right above that candle. Looks like TrendCloud wants to put another signal on there. Oh, it went away. You don't know, right? This is what Jordan Belford was talking about. If you think that, and what he was saying too was really cool. He was like, these hedge fund managers, these popular hedge fund manager guys, whatever, they will come out and speak with such confidence and conviction. He's like, but at the end of the day, they don't know. They really don't. We don't know if this is going to work. That's why we're getting risk-free, right? You take a trade and get risk-free as soon as you hit that first target, get risk-free. Hit that first target, get risk-free, right? The target may not always be 2 to 1, right? Look at the structure of the candles and take the bottom part of that body there. In situations like this, you know, so maybe it's a little shorter of a target because of this, right? This is what's slowing us down, right, guys? When you're in a trade, look at TrendCloud across the board, right? Look at TrendCloud across the board when you're in a trade. What's it telling you? Well, this is telling us we've got this one little piece of the puzzle here. You know, what doesn't fit here, right? It's like one of those games you play as a kid. What here is different? And you can see this, you know, middle chart here is all green. And we're taking a short. We've got downtrend. Momentum is down. Momentum is down. Cycling down. Another downtrend. This is the only thing that is in our way. And what's it doing? Why is this stopping here? What's going on? Take a look. Higher time frame. Oh, okay. 50 simple. 50 simple moving average. Okay. Mark, you know, here's your market edge on the middle time frame as well, right? So so that is what's going on. Yeah, it's definitely going down. Definitely going down. These candles here, though, look at these candles. They're red, right? We've got red candles here, but this candle right here is actually bullish, is it not? This candle right here, because look at the wick. We're looking at the entire range of the candle. Let me blow this up more. Okay. Here, let's take this off. Look at the range of this candle. And when I say range, I mean from the bottom of the wick to the top of the wick. Where did this body close here? And let me take off TrendCloud. So we closed right here, right? Here's the open, here's the close, and it closed above the midpoint, did it not? Right? Yeah. But have they got a big rejection? Right. Right, exactly. So right here, this candle, right, closed above that midpoint. Like here's 50% right here, right? Well, it closed above in that top 25% of the candle. So this would actually be more of a bullish candle, even though it's down. And what did this candle do? Right? So the buyers are trying to push this up. This candle, sellers came back in and actually broke through it. We need more sellers now to come through and break through this point. And that's what it looks like it wants to do. We are risk-free. We scaled out of the position right here, took off our 2 contracts. Come on, baby, push. Let's get those sellers coming back in. All right. And it's just going to be a fight. So what time is it now? All right, it's 10:30, guys. My voice is going. I've got to edit videos. So let's pick this up tomorrow. There we go. We'll pick this up again tomorrow, guys, and just keep watching wheat and follow that down. And I will see you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks, everyone. Take care.